Hey, it's Ty Crandall with CreditSuite, and in this video, we're going to talk more about how you can get started with business credit building. We're going to talk about the steps to start initially establishing business credit. And of course, this is credit that's linked to your business EIN number, that's not linked to your personal Social Security number. This is credit that doesn't require a personal credit check. This is credit that doesn't require a personal guarantee. This is credit that you're going to get high limit, $10, $20, $30,000 corporate credit cards in your business name without the guarantee and without the credit check. That's what we're talking about here when we're building business credit. So how do we initially start this? Well, you're going to start with what are called vendor accounts. Now, there's actually a few different ways to start building business credit, but for this purpose, we're going to talk a little bit more about vendor accounts. Now, vendor accounts are also called trade vendors. These will report as trade lines on your business credit report. We call these trade lines or payment experiences when they show on your business credit report. So this is the first tier. This is the first tier of credit you're going to get when you build business credit. We refer to this as the vendor credit tier. And what this ultimately is a vendor extends you a line of credit for a certain period of time that you've got to pay them back. It might be over 30 days, 30 or 60 days, 90 days, 45 days. And then based on that term, you've got to pay back the entire balance that you owe. Because so you're able to buy their products, buy their services, then put it on credit and then pay it off within that set time period. So what your business needs, you can basically defer the payment on a lot of accounts for a month, month and a half, 2 months. So it eases cash flow constraints because the stuff you've been paying for now, office supplies and shipping supplies and computers or printers, that kind of stuff you could buy on vendor credit, buy yourself some time to have to pay that stuff off. And then you're also establishing these trade lines, which then help you establish that initial business credit report and score as well. Now, again, some are going to report for, net 30 terms fairly easily. They're going to give you no resistance. Okay. Others are going to want to do some verification. Okay. They're going to want to make sure you have an EIN number. You're going to want to have your phone number listed with 411. You can do that through a company called List Yourself. You can't list yourself through 411. That's why lenders and credit issuers look at it. So a lot of these initial vendors are going to want as basic information as you to have your EIN and 411. Okay, that's why you've got to set up that fundability. I'm not going to talk about fundability in this video, but I talk a lot about it. And you can find a lot of videos on our YouTube channel on this topic where we talk about the fact that credit issuers have a secret set of standards you must meet. When you go to apply for a credit card, you either get an automated approval or you get that dreaded message that you'll hear by mail in 7 to 10 days, which means that they've pushed it for a manual underwriting, which typically means a denial. You and I's goal has to be to get you automated approvals. That happens by understanding what these credit issuers are looking at and meeting that criteria before you apply. Not going to discuss all that stuff in this video, but you can look on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/credibility or CreditSuite, youtube.com/CreditSuite to find out more about this fundability and credibility requirements. Okay, you're going to need to use your Social Security number and date of birth to start, but that's for verification purposes only. This is brand new in 2018. As of 2018, you are now going to need, if the credit card you're getting is issued by a major bank, then you're going to need to supply your Social Security and date of birth for verification purposes only. You just need to make sure that you verify with them that you're not giving them permission to attach a personal guarantee or a personal credit check. That becomes very, very, very important. Another thing here becomes really, really, really important is you never want to use a non-Social Security number in a Social Security number field on an application ever. Okay, and again, what this is it's really considered to be a federal offense. You're basically committing fraud. And I'm not an attorney, and this isn't legal advice, but some people ask about things like bogus CPN numbers. That stuff is a scam. You want to stay away from it because you're not allowed legally to put anything in place of a Social Security number other than a Social Security number. Okay, so what this means is it means the goal here is to apply for business credit. You only want to supply your social when you know it's for verification purposes only. A lot of times the credit issuer even says right on the application that that's all it's being used for. If it's a gray area, you want to get them on the phone and let them know you'll give them the social and date of birth for verification, but you are not authorizing a guarantee. You're not authorizing a credit check. Then what you do is force them to pull the business credit report that's established for this EIN. Then once you have those initial trade lines reporting on there, as we talked about, then they can use this business credit profile to get you approved. And of course, don't forget to never put anything in place of that Social Security number. Now, when you allow a credit check with your SSM, you're almost always giving a personal guarantee, which is why I'm advising it you don't do that. So an easy way to do this is just to ask, okay, did you, a lot of people don't know if they've done this. Well, did you get credit without signing for it and providing your SSN for any purpose beyond verification? That's how you know. So I look at real business credit, real corporate credit as credit you got without a credit check and without a guarantee. That's what it comes down to. If you provide your social, you're probably attaching both unless it's for verification purposes only. So you need to make sure with this new law in 2018, it's required by the government that they're only ever using your social if you have to supply it for the verification, not for the credit check, not for the guarantee. That's where it becomes very important. And that's when you start establishing real business credit without the guarantee, without the credit check, with really high limits that you can get really quickly. That's kind of the key to getting it. So we're going to go in other videos and teach you every aspect of this process. We're going to talk about getting initial vendor credit. We're going to talk about other ways you can establish initial business credit, how to get retail credit cards and Visa cards, the whole thing. In this video, I just wanted to give you some of the basics in the beginning that you're going to be covering as you're starting to build initial business credit. Have any questions along the way, then feel free to give us a ring, 877-600-2487. That's 877-600-2487. Send us an email, info@creditsuite.com, or visit us online, creditsuite.com. We got a great free guide right on our homepage that maps out the steps of building business credit. And at the top right of our page, you can access all of our social media channels. We have hundreds of training videos on YouTube, and we go live on Facebook, YouTube weekly. We release podcast episodes. So everything you need to know about improving your fundability, building your business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social, and getting loans and credit lines, you're able to get from our website or our social media channels. So make sure you check it out at creditsuite.com.